South Korea is a country in East Asia, constituting the southern part of the Korean Peninsula and sharing the land border with North Korea. There are around 25 million people, or about half the country's population of more than 51 million people that live in the Seoul capital area, the fifth largest metropolitan area in the world. The June struggle led to the end of the authoritarian rule in 1987, and the country is now considered among the most advanced democracies with the highest level of press freedom. However, corruption and political scandals remain a serious problem, with half of all living former South Korean presidents currently in prison for various crimes ranging from abuse of authority, bribery, and also embezzlement. Now, South Korea is a highly developed country, ranking as the third highest country on the Human Development Index in Asia. It is a member of the OECD's Development Assistance Committee, the G20, and also the Paris Club. Its economy ranks as the world's 10th largest by nominal GDP. Its citizens enjoy one of the world's fastest internet connection speeds, and the country is the world's 5th largest exporter and 8th largest importer. All right, now in this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the program and the advantages and disadvantages of this residency program. Also, if you are currently making at least $150,000 US a year, or have a net worth of at least $1 million US, and you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, or how to get a second passport as quick as 3 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen here, and you'll get new videos as they come out automatically. And don't forget to hit the notification bell next to the subscription button. And number 2 is I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below and I'll be glad to get back with you. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and hit the top bar of the page where it says apply with us, and then fill out that questionnaire. And then at the bottom of the questionnaire, hit that bottom part that says send it to us so we can help you get started. We deal with a lot of citizenship by investment and residency by investment countries I think you'd be interested in learning about all over the world. Okay, now the Immigrant Investor Scheme for Real Estate is a program that you can actually get involved with to actually get residency in South Korea. It was introduced for Jeju Island in February of 2010. This is a government program which gives what's called F2 residential status to foreigners investing a certain amount of money in real estate, designated by the Minister of Justice, and the foreign investors will get what's called an F5 permanent residence if they hold on to the purchases of the actual real estate for at least 5 years. Now, to get the permanent residency, once you get the permanent residency, investors gain what's called the F2 visa if they invest up to 700 million Korean won, which is roughly about 660,000 US dollars at the current exchange rate, into real estate designated by the Ministry of Justice, and then acquire the right of permanent residence, which is the F5, which is after 5 years. Now, education, investors can get public education as Korean citizens do, or they can register at the international school in Jeju's Global Education City. Medical insurance will be actually provided. Investors have health coverage as Koreans also do, Korean citizens. The real estate transaction, as far as that goes, investors can freely divest real estate holdings after getting the permanent residency, and investors' spouse or family members can get a job or engage in any sort of commercial activities. All right, now South Korean citizens had visa-free or visa-free on arrival access to 189 countries and territories, ranking the South Korean passport second in the world, tied with Germany. All right, now the income tax is as follows. There's a corporate income tax of 25%. There's a personal income tax of 42%, a sales tax of 10%. There is a Social Security tax of 18.94%, and the breakout of this, 9.96% is paid by the company, and 8.98% is paid by the employee. Now, expatriates deemed residents are subject to the Korean tax on their worldwide income, including their investment income. All male citizens between the ages of 18 and 38 are required to perform at least 2 years of compulsory military service. The GDP per capita in South Korea is $31,363 US a year. Healthcare is excellent in South Korea. Dual citizenship is not allowed except in rare instances, which I'm going to explain to you. All right, now individuals automatically receive South Korean nationality at birth if at least one parent is a South Korean national, whether they are actually born within South Korea or overseas. Now, foreign permanent residents over the age of 20 may naturalize as South Korean citizens after residing in South Korea for more than 5 years and demonstrate proficiency in the Korean language. The residency requirement is reduced to 3 years for individuals with a South Korean parent who were not already South Korean citizens, and 2 years for applicants with South Korean spouses. Now, this is further reduced to 1 year for applicants who have been married to South Koreans for more than 3 years. Minor children cannot naturalize independently, but may apply for a foreigner parent who is also naturalizing. Successful naturalization, applicants are typically required to renounce their previous nationalities within 1 year unless they are naturalized through marriage. Now, individuals who are granted nationality by the Ministry of Justice, specifically for the exceptional occupational ability or contributions made to the country, are also exempt from this requirement. Exempt individuals must alternately make a declaration not to exercise their foreign nationality within South Korea. Now, before 1998, South Korea nationality was transferable by descent to children of South Korean fathers, but not mothers. Individuals who can only trace their South Korean ancestry through the maternal line before this year are not South Korean citizens at birth. Now, South Koreans residing abroad who voluntarily acquire a foreign nationality automatically have their South Korean citizenship revoked and are obligated to report this change of status to the Ministry of Justice. South Korean nationals may also lose South Korean nationality when they obtain a foreign national status either indirectly or involuntarily through marriage, adoption, or legal recognition of parentage. Now, these individuals have a 6-month period to make a formal declaration of their intent to retain South Korean nationality. Female citizens who are also foreign nationals at birth must declare their intention to retain or renounce South Korean nationality before the age of 22 years old. Male citizens who obtain foreign nationality by birth must make this declaration before the 31st of March of the year they become age 18 years old. Dual nationals who retain South Korean nationality after this point are subject to conscription orders and are permitted to renounce South Korean nationality until they have been completed a military service. Former South Korean nationals may subsequently apply for nationality restoration subject to the renunciation of their previous nationalities. However, former nationals who reacquire South Korean nationality after reaching the age of 65 years old with the intention of permanently residing in South Korea are exempt from this requirement. All right, now I'm going to give you my evaluation of this program, and it is as follows. South Korea has one of the best passports in the world, having visa-free travel to not only the Schengen countries, but also the USA, Australia, Canada, and also New Zealand. I don't like the fact that there are mandatory military requirements to get the citizenship, and you would have to pass a language test. You have very high taxes on worldwide income in South Korea, and dual citizenship is not allowed in most instances. There's also a pretty high threshold to invest as far as what you have to invest to get the residency, especially when you have to pay really high income taxes. Remember, too, that there is no guarantee that you're going to get the passport, after you put in all this time period and invest in all this money. So this is something you're going to have to think about, too, to get that citizenship and passport. If you're making at least $150,000 US a year, or you want to get your taxes to zero or close to zero, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen here, and you'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And number 2 is I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll get back with you to see what I can do to help solve whatever problem you got. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top button that says Apply with Us. a questionnaire form comes up. Fill those questions out, and then hit the bottom of the questionnaire where it says send it to us so we can help you get started. We deal with a lot of citizenship by investment and residency by investment countries I think you'd be interested in learning about. And thanks for watching. I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.